Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking Love After Lockup, Season 5, Episode 5. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. I am back from vacation and getting caught up slowly but surely. So let's get into it. The episode starts out with Andy and Britney. Now, honey, listen, I know I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. Andy and Britney are Chaz and Branwen. They are one and the same. Branwen did not really want to deal with Chaz. She was not attracted to Chaz. What she was attracted to was his stability and his money. And I think that's exactly the same for Andy and Britney. Britney came back after being away for about an hour with her daughter, and she came back. She is the victim. In my opinion, Britney came back with a plan. I think that if Britney had somewhere else to live and someone else willing to give her money and allow her to run roughshod over them, she would not be with Andy. She came back there and tried to throw everything she could at Andy. Everything is Andy's fault. He was being childish. He was being unsupportive. You know, her kids need her. Here's the thing. If you know that your children need you and you also know that you are not attracted to Andy, why don't you find yourself somewhere to be? Find a friend, find a relative, somebody who's closer to where your kids are, someone who's willing to allow you to stay there. You are using Andy, in my opinion. She's stressed out. Andy's stressed out. Andy's son Barry is stressed the hell out. Andy wants to get the hell out of the town and out of that hotel. He is out of money. He is not trying to stay there any longer. Just go on about your business. If you don't really want to be with Andy, if you're not into him, just say that and go on about your business. You know, she says that she is so stressed out. She's got so much going on. You know, she's kind of tempted to use. And so I think it is a good idea for her not to be around the same people and place that she was usually, around in the past when she was using. Now, Andy and Britney, they've been arguing more than not. You're just not compatible. I don't understand how Andy, this grown man who was a former police officer, doesn't see the writing on the wall. You know, when they get back to the house, she's acting odd. She's being strange. She's looking around and, kind of like she's turning her nose up at the place. And I'm thinking, girl, you've been in a cell for 2 years. She's like, I don't know where anything is. I don't really feel like this place is mine, because it's not. You haven't put in 2 cents on the place, but try to be respectful. You know, Barry tried to be nice and he left. He said, I'm going to give you guys a little time, to yourself. Dad, can I go to my friend's house? And Andy says, yeah, sure. Hugging him, sending him out the way. I said, oh gosh, Andy was ready for Barry to go, but she wasn't. And I also thought to myself, when my son was Barry's age, actually, I still do it when I call him. He's at college, but I still call him and ask a ton of questions. I should probably stop doing that. He is, grown now. But anyway, when my son was Barry's age and he said, hey, Mom, can I go to my friend's house? What friend? And who all's going to be there? Are the parents going to be home? You know what I mean? I asked the questions. Andy wasn't asking no questions because Andy, he wanted some alone time with Britney. Now, Britney is miserable. Okay, she's absolutely miserable. I knew exactly what her plan was. She kept stacking up all the issues and all the stress she had. She tells Andy that she thinks it would be best if she stayed in the guest room. She's not going to leave. She's not going to run, but she's going to stay in the guest room. So in other words, Andy, there will be no sex. There will be no sex. You are not getting the sex, Andy. She is not into you. You need to go on and send her home, because this relationship is not going to work out. This girl is going to use Andy until she has stripped him of every dime that he has, and then she's going to leave. Andy, you're being played. Melissa and Louie, this nut job is still in high school. 40-year-old high schooler. I'm just saying. Louie finally comes out from visiting with his probation officer, and listen, once he gets some paperwork filled out, in 45 days or so, he could possibly move to New Jersey to live with Melissa. His parole officer allegedly told him that if he was married or staying with family in New Jersey, this process may go a little smoother. Melissa is gung-ho to marry him. That reminded me of Savannah from Love During Lockup. Remember her trying to get that man to marry her? Melissa, girl, if desperate was a person, actually desperate, delusional, mentally unstable was a person, Melissa, I'm just saying, the woman is nuts. You know, they tell his mother that they want to go out on a date. They get back to the house. The man is in his room trying to put on his pants, and his mom is in the room with him. You need some help? What? Get the hell out of there. This is a grown man who has just spent 10 or 13 years in jail putting his pants on. Listen, between his mom being absolutely too damn overbearing, too picky, too pushy, too weird, and then crazy Melissa, who is still stuck in high school, I don't know how Louie is going to stay sober. You know, Louie, listen, see if you can get your probation to be moved to Virginia, okay? And don't give your address to your mama or Melissa. This is not going well. And I just want to put it out there. If Louie puts on a little weight, stays drug-free, gets himself a job and some teeth, Melissa can forget it. He's going to be gone. The woman is completely nuts, talking about this is like our prom. You know, since we didn't go to prom together, he didn't even know you in high school. Okay, you were off in the corner by yourself, friendless, drooling over Louie. Okay, while he went to prom with Kelly. Listen, I know Kelly is somewhere thinking, please, please, please stop bringing my name up. Stop showing that picture. I don't want people to know that I knew him. Anyway, his mom makes sure that she lets Melissa know that Kelly grew up to be a pediatrician. Very smart girl. She was smart enough to leave Louie's ass. I can't. Louie decides that they should go to dance lessons. So they have this dance lesson. The dance instructor is very calm, very professional, very young and cute. And crazy, delusional Melissa is so afraid and jealous of this dance instructor. Listen, girl. This woman is a professional. She is doing her job. And she does not want Louie. Okay, the only people in the entire world who wants Louie is you and his mama. You and his mama. Take that to the bank. Nobody wants Louie but you and his mama. But as soon as he gets a stable job, puts on about 20 pounds, gets his teeth fixed, and continues to live a sober life, somebody's going to want Louie, and you're going to lose Louie. You're a nut. I'm just saying, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. You are too grown to still be stuck in high school, to be this crazy. And I blame your family. They should have seen this a long time ago, and they should have insisted that you get some help. There is no reason that you should not have been on a 5150 hold some damn where. I mean, lock her up. She needs some help. I'm serious, Melissa. If you ever listen to this, please reach out and get some therapy, ma'am. You are not in the right headspace. High school was over for you. You a little over 20 years ago. You gotta let go. You know, come out of this. There's so much more to live after high school. You know, you're sort of stunted. You're stunted. Get some help. And Louie's mom, Donna, find you a man and get you a life, okay? This boy can't be your full 100% life. And this Donna is coming to you from another mom of one son. I've only got the one son, and I love him with everything in my soul, Donna. But you gotta let your kids grow up. Jeez, you are a nut. Anyway, moving on. They got my blood pressure up. Britney and Ky. Now I'm gonna say this, okay, and I've said this before. Britney deserves better than this. She deserves better than what Ky is giving. Ky is manipulating, controlling, too damn aggressive and abusive, in my opinion. First of all, the behavior at the parole office with her taking him to the wrong place. First of all, how is that her responsibility? It's your parole, okay? It's your parole, which tells me as an adult, if I had to go check in for parole, I would say, hey, Britney, this is the address to where my parole office is. Not just having her pick out where she thinks it is. This is a whole bunch of bullshit. And then the way that he kept picking on her driving, everything was rah, rah, rah. Shut the fuck up. I mean, it's a little too much. So when they get to the probation office, he goes in, she's waiting for him out in the car. And while he's in there, it starts to rain. He calls her getting smart, talking about it's raining. Get out the umbrella and bring it to me. So she's supposed to get out of the car and get completely soaking wet to come get you. What are you, her pimp? You know, I just didn't know. Okay, I would have absolutely said hell to the no. Bring your ass out here. Okay, this is ridiculous. But then he tried to be sweet and cute and carry her to the car. They could have got to the car faster just by walking. And they didn't have to walk through the puddles of water. You could have cut through somewhere else. Everyone's parent has taught them how to walk around the puddles. You don't got to jump into the puddle. You know what I mean? A whole bunch of bullshit. I'm over it. Then they end up meeting with one of Ky friends, some lady named Coffee that he met over the phone through a jail inmate. And Coffee is there supportive of him and everything. And that's great. He's talking about how, you know, her parents don't accept people who are gay and don't accept that she's gay and all of these things. And she stands up for her parents. Now, listen. I believe that people should be able to love whoever they love. What they do has nothing to do with you. But I also understand that her parents, being a particular age, being raised the way they were raised, to believe what they believe, they are having a bit of a hard time with this. Give them some time. Hopefully they will realize that love heals everything and that love is more important. And the fact that they love each other should be the only thing that is important. But I think that what's going to happen is they're going to realize that she should be able to love whoever she wants, but Ky is not that person. Ky is too aggressive, too smart-mouthed, too manipulating, too controlling. And I think that's why Ky is with her, because she allows him to control her, to speak to her any kind of way. Then we find out that he wants to start having his transition surgeries. She's talking about the IVF. They're talking about the difference between people thinking you should have your transition surgery and other people thinking that you look perfectly fine the way you are. Listen, I think that Ky looks amazing the way that he is. However, it is not our opinion about how he looks. It's his opinion about how he looks. If he needs to have his outer appearance match his inner feelings, who he really is on the inside, allow this man to have his surgery. I would just like to know, how the hell are they going to pay for transition surgery, IVF, and a BBL? Okay, both of y'all are felons. One of you have a part-time job at a bar. The other one has no job. How are we getting there? You know, how are we going to get these big dollar amounts? Please let me know. And, you know, Britney was trying to empathize and sympathize with him, and he just wasn't allowing it. My surgery versus your BBL is not the same thing. She was not saying that it was the same thing. I want Britney to be happy, and I want Britney to be safe and secure, and I want her to be understood. And I don't think she's going to get any of that in this relationship with Ky. I also think that Ky has been through a lot. Before jail, while in jail, and now. Everything that he is going through is mentally exhausting, emotionally exhausting. It is a lot to go through the transition, even though I've never gone through it personally, but I've watched some documentaries. I've talked to some people. I know that it is emotionally stressful. It's a lot to go through. So I think that Ky could benefit with some therapy as well, along with a little anger management. Ky is way too controlling, and this relationship is a mistake. Britney, you really do need to move on. Ky is not it. Also, did anybody catch that Ky is going to be on parole until 2060? I said 2060? That is 37 years. I've never heard of anybody being on probation or parole for 37 years. Jeez. I hope I heard that date wrong. I really do. I hope that he said 2026. Joy in Red. Now, honey, listen, I'm sick of her. She is out meeting Red's family for the first time. She's very concerned about how they feel about her. She was really completely worried. And my thought is this: you have a lot of other things you should be worried about, like a safe home environment for your son, a college fund for your son, maybe finding out who your son's bio dad is from the 3 options, maybe getting your family heirlooms back. You've got a lot of things that you should be thinking about. Red and his family is not on the list. Well, we meet Ray's mom, and Ray's mom seems to be a lovely woman. She seems to really like Joy. She gave her the biggest hug, the warmest welcome. She does seem like a sweet lady. Ray seems to have come from a really sweet family. You know, his mom says that she was completely shocked, when she found out that he was arrested for robbery. It seems that she wants nothing more than for the best for her children. And, him participating in this robbery was a complete shock to her, because that's not the Red that she raised. However, she says that she's very clear about the situation. Ray went to jail when he was 20, and now he's 30. And she says she doesn't really know exactly who he is now. Is he addicted to drugs? Will he come out and be responsible? Is he going to be a good man in Joy's life and Joy's son's life? Is he going to be a law-abiding citizen? Is he still stuck in the age of 20? Has he grown and developed? She doesn't know any of those things. Then we meet his sister, Destiny. Now, I thought that Destiny was really pretty. She really was. However, I thought that she came off really bad. She wants to know if Joy is going to be good enough for her brother. And I said, your brother has been dating her while in jail for 7 years. She has never met him in jail or out of jail. And she has given him over $40,000. She just bought your car for $7,000 to give to him. He is just now getting out of jail. He has no job, no money, no house, nothing. And you want to know if she's good enough for him. Girl, if you don't go to fuck on. And listen, if Destiny wanted Red to have this car, why didn't she just give it to him? It's your brother. Joy somewhere hawking family heirlooms, but you had $7,000 to give Destiny. Girl, bye. I'm sick of this shit. Joy, listen. Wasn't it a couple episodes ago we saw you feeding your son raw hot dogs? Like, come on. You can do better. What's going to happen is he's going to use that car to drive his next woman around. That's what's going to happen. I appreciate that Joy told his sister, this is not your business, and ended the conversation and went on in the house, because it's the truth. Destiny, this is not your business. This is not your relationship. Your brother is in jail. Okay. You are out here looking ridiculous. This girl has supported him the whole time he has been in jail. She has been investing her time and her money and her love into this man that she doesn't know and is about to break her damn heart. That's what she's been doing. And I appreciate that Red's mom told her, this is their relationship, not yours. You need to stay the hell out of it. And you know what else pissed me off is, remember when she was hawking the family heirlooms, she was saying about how sometimes her and her son go without so that she can take care of him. Like her son can't use his iPad and other things like that because the Wi-Fi is off or the phones are off and all of this shit. You are allowing your son to go without for a dude that you have never met. I just can't respect that. As a mom, I would never let my son go without for a man. Whether I know him, whether he's been in or out of jail, whether he's his daddy, I don't give two shits. My child is not going without for some dude. Are you kidding me? Some dude that can only whisper sweet nothings in your ear over the phone as long as they allow him, and throughout your phone conversations you are reminded that this call is being recorded and this call is coming from a correctional institution. Hell no. I'm sorry, I could never play that role. I can't play that position. I think that Joy is in for a world of heartache with this man. It is not going to work. And his sister is going to continue to be in your business. Believe it. Chelsea and Mikey. All right, now, y'all know I love me some Chelsea, right? But Chelsea was a lie. Okay, Chelsea was up here faking like she was sick, and you know she wasn't sick. She just didn't want to have the sex. Chelsea, listen, girl, you're going to have to just tell the man that you're not ready to have the sex. He goes to his parole officer and finds out that he's got almost the same situation as Louie. After 45 days, filling out some paperwork, going to Ohio to speak to the parole people in Ohio, he will be able to move into Chelsea's house in Ohio. Now, personally, I would prefer him to keep his ass in Kentucky for about 6 months so we can see how this is going to work. But Mikey is talking a big game. He is talking about how much he cares about her, how he's going to do the right thing. He wants to marry her. Listen, the truth is, I really like Chelsea and I want nothing but the best for her. I really do. I am truly hoping that Mikey is speaking the truth, that he can stay out of jail, get a job, stay clean, be respectful of her and her children. And I'm hoping that he can prove himself to her father so that they can be a blended family. So far, he is not throwing up as many red flags as I expected him to. But I got my eye on this dude because I don't want Chelsea or her children to be hurt. I am grateful that she's got that gun-toting daddy that's going to be around, because if there's any problems, I'm sure he will not have any problems pulling it out. I'm just saying, I'm wishing the best for Chelsea and Mikey. We will see where this goes. You know, his sisters said that they are a little concerned that he's moving a little too fast and that he's going to put too much pressure on himself and then, you know, relapse or end up going back to jail. I agree. I think that he should slow down. Now, honey, listen, Renika and Asante, I'm not spending more than 2 minutes on this nut job. She is spending all of this time with this private investigator. She has spent more time with this private investigator than she has with Asante or her children. At this grown age, she should have picked up her daughters, loaded up that truck, and drove her ass home. Why in Sam hell are you still here traveling around from place to place to this hotel to try to see him? And there is no way that you can convince me that this scene with her PI in there conning information out of this hotel clerk was not fake. There is no way this hotel clerk is risking his job to give the information as to what room Asante is in. That was all fake and manufactured, in my opinion. You know, her talking to her daughters, telling her daughters that Asante up and left and she hired a PI. Those girls could not control their laughter. And she said, well, what are y'all laughing at? You. The fact that your two teenage daughters, 13 and 14 or 13 and 15, not sure, are smarter than you and have told you what a fool you look like and that you need to leave him is sad. It really is. You are a grown-ass woman talking about Asante's got you missing time with your kids and not focusing on your rap career. First of all, leave that rap alone, Okay, we saw it. It wasn't it. Second of all, he doesn't have you not spending time with your daughters. You have you not spending time with your daughters. And I want to know, where the hell did you get the money? Because we saw you tell us that you had to take money out of the girls' college fund to bail him out. So how are you paying for this private eye? You know what? I'm sick. I'm sick of her. I'm sick of her. You need to go the fuck home. Get your daughters and go home. This dude conned you out of bail, conned you out of any money and time that you sent him before he got out, came home with you, got the cookie, and left. And he's been dodging you ever since, up in the hotel having a good time with Auntie. Girl, you look like a clown. I'm sick of the shit. Anyway, peeps, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.